morning. Welcome to the super new moon. And you're wondering, what is a super new moon? Well, that is when you get the brightest light coming behind the new moon. And a new moon is a time when it's a blank canvas, it's dark, and it's time to see the light of what kind of new intentions that you want to bring into March. But it also gives you this thing in March during that super new moon is the dark side of it. Dark side of it meaning that when we change the season, we see ourselves as well as things around us, the environment, and getting new things into our life, whether it's a new cup that we've been drinking from and it's time to get rid of some of these straws or these things. And it's funny because I never even thought about it, but it was my birthday. I got a beautiful new vacuum bottle as well too. So that's the thing, is that life, you don't know when you manifest things, it keeps on coming. But you need to realize when it's time to get rid of it. We hold on to things and we hold on to many unnecessary stuff, and that's why there's this thing called spring cleaning. We find things that we need to get rid of, and we wonder why we spent so much money for it. For example, I got it on sale for $6, and God knows how much this one costs from Holly Kulani. I have no idea. No idea. And so, these kind of things is the same thing, but it really comes out to how you feel using it. Whether you are using every single minute of your life, bringing in a high quality way of lifestyle, of thinking, of wanting, or we can keep on going into depression of, when am I ever going to get out of this? Just recently out in Honolulu, it was a mass murder of a man who literally went into depression because he was so much in debt. And that has become one of the biggest depression of all time in 2020. And it's just not getting any better. It is probably the worst that we ever seen. And at the time where so many things start to going to unveil. And bad things, it will happen. That's part of life that will seek through back to back to back. And so whether, we're always wishing and wanting, sometimes we need to start to believe within ourselves to manifest. Hey, I said, hey, I found one unusual color for a mug, and got it for $6. And then a couple days later, the one I wanted, it came. And so it's how we manifest, because we just see things but sometimes if you do good will come back to you in an unknown way. So if we keep on, it saddened me because there's such a change of energy during this supermoon, where whether it's a new moon or whether it's a full moon, it's a powerful moon. And when that powerful moon of intention starts to radiate out, we had so much people shooting one after another. Every time I scroll through social media, it's just becoming such a depressing everyday story of somebody getting killed or maliciously done something, and this corruption of the world, whether it's happening in our neighborhood or whether it's happening through people like this doctor who end up getting into deep into, depression of debt. And so please, really, whatever I can do, I'm doing it for the health and wellness for our, humans as well as pets, for our minical microbubble system. So we really thought through, and we put in implementing new ways of payments like Afterpay, and we also have in-house payment program if you qualify. And so there's always way to find things, because these bills it's not going to get much cheaper, it's going to get much more expensive. And if you want to read my newsletter, you can sign up on our website, or you can even check out our website on our blog, where we post our past newsletter that we talk about so many subjects about what's happening out there. Because a lot of times these things about whether a dog food is tainted, or somebody's how this medication is killing or creating tumors or XYZ, a lot of us are not informed. And so get to our website, you'll learn a lot on that website, and most of all, sign up for our free Itchy Stinky Guidebook, which we just updated, filled with new information, and most of all, giving you the option of great health and wealth for not only your pets, but even for your everyday life. I mean, I've been doing my papaya thing, green papaya turning into lily, a yellow papaya. And so these are the toxic chemicals that we're not aware of. We know that a lot of these, papayas that's out there are GMO. I'm finally it takes 2-3 years for finding papayas to grow, but it takes time, and it takes patience, and it takes a lot of time for really bringing in. I mean, I kind of rearranged my whole entire house when I came back, and it was a great journey in LA and Vegas, and it was a great learning experience. We are going to have a lot more of our Coco Minical Microbubble all over in the mainland, and I'm very, very happy to announce that we also have a way for you guys to be conveniently have a choice of financial option in getting our Minical Microbubble. So don't forget to check that out. So getting back to what it's all about for the new moon, it is going to be a roller coaster of the strong energy, whether we're going to take it as bad or take it as good, but it is shifting, and we need to shift our lifestyle. I mean, like, I'm getting rid of some of these things. So if you're part of my Facebook, check it out. I got some of these purple couches that no longer serves me. It's great, it's comfortable, but I have too much junks in my house, and it's time to clean it up and get organized. And that's what we need to focus in March, because there's going to be so much chaos, whether what is happening in, King Charles and all these other people are suddenly disappearing, and either something bad is happening to them, whether they're getting cancer, or whether they passed away, or whether they're mysteriously having operation and not reappearing. There's a lot of that happening, and we see a lot of people looking different. Whether it is a conspiracy theory or whether it's not a conspiracy theory, who knows? But things are not going in a very orderly fashion. It's more in a chaos fashion, and people are now getting smart, because during a timeout of COVID, well, a lot of us got very, very smart in learning about certain technologies such as AI or I mean, a lot of us has spent a lot of time investing in all of those things. And so, for me is I enjoy doing this Coco Jour corner and giving you my input on what I feel in each, whether it's a new moon or a full moon, or in between talking about dogs or just talking about things in life, gives me this freedom of breath of air to share with people. Because in life, sometimes when you have something good or bad to say, or say it like it is, it needs to be taken off yourself. And so one thing for sure in March, use that energy for changes. The more you change, the more you get rid of things that no longer serve you, whether you are moving your house, suddenly moving your house, moving your furniture, moving, doing renovation, moving that energy because it's stagnant. And remember this also, when you start moving things, dust mites, I don't know how, clean you are, you can be as clean as a whistle, but these winds and these chemicals that are coming in, these airbornes are coming through. And so really it gets things much more stickier. And that's why you see a lot of dogs that has much more sticky things around their body. But that's a whole different animal that you guys can check out. I just did a session with one of my clients out in Pennsylvania. That's what's happening out there. And so anyways, lots to talk about. Let's focus. It was such a coincidence too. We talked about that yesterday. So when things are starting to align, there's another thing. You're going to see, like, when you look at your phone or look at the clock, it's double number. Those are synchronicity of path that's giving you guidance to go in that direction. Confirmation. The other day it was a big, huge month, and it was interesting because on my birthday I went with my mother to go visit my dad at his grave to, respect the people who gave me life, and it was very nice and intimate. And walking behind my mom, I realized, how fragile she is and how fragile the left of life she has. Oh, it's going to make me cry. And so that's what I'm saying is, people who gave life to you, this life, spend as much as time while they are still on this plane of earth. Because it gives you that confirmation, that will, that drive to get you to the next level. Because this is how life is. There's a lot of chaos that's going to be happening around us, especially coming into April, whether it's the United States with the presidential election, or whether it's the next place that they're going to start to have natural disaster or war, or, this and time of life. Everyone is in pure recession. Those that, the rich is getting richer, as they say, it is the truth. And so stay tuned on a lot of big, deep changes, and a lot of these changes that are happening with natural disaster is perhaps, they're building a different world underneath, another Atlantis world that, we have Zuckerberg doing things at his property in Kauai, making and debunking and all that stuff. And so, we can't keep up of how life is changing. And is this something that we can control? The only thing we can control is how we navigate through this to this next journey in spring. And so, spring is here. Clean out the things. I saved this, supposed to be getting rid of in February, but obviously I wasn't here. I was out in my journey out in the mainland. And so, sometimes when things needs to get rid of, like this is for the new year. These are the seven goddess of Japan and gods. There are six gods in Ebisu, but there is one which is Benten Sama, which is a lady goddess. And so, whether it's my Japanese heritage that I learned, the ritual and things like that from my mother, but sometimes when we gather too many things, that energy gets stuck. Like things like this that brings you good luck, but then at the same time, when there are things during, like for me, I know it was a super new moon, so I'm gathering all that black energy that's really getting a lot, not only, it's getting to me as well too. I'm getting depressed. I'm getting like, I can't eat well. I got the last time I said, okay, I'm gonna have a hearty Portuguese sausage, eggs from Waimanalo, breakfast, and oh my God, it was like, I just couldn't. And so, pretty much this is my breakfast for Champ is my mixture of fresh fruits and make it into a shake that gives you power. I'm like this morning, and I've been doing it, getting to my hot sauna, sweating my butt off, and then jumping into the cold morning, water, and it feels so good and refreshing, and it clears my mind, and it gives me my meditation time. And so life is, we just got to keep on rowing that boat, getting us to feel what is right. What is right, and I feel that, I'm lucky to have my company. I'm lucky to be able to make these kind of decisions to help people, because microbubble does work, especially during this time, I'm telling you. So, there's a lot to talk about. Stay tuned for more of that Coco Jour Corner about our canine and our companion, and how we can bring and develop our new, literally spring cleaning from the inside out. I mean, I have customers that writes to me that they are so thankful and they just love the machine. And when just talking to my assistant yesterday, and I said, I read her, and I said, yeah, we got to put this testimonial in. And obviously I love testimonial, and that one really hit a heart in me, because she was really giving up on how her face is with what she has, which is like dark marks around it. And when she came out, it was like, wow, what happened? It's so white. And then her mom was like so, I mean, the reaction I had, the mother was so like a light. And so we told her to look at the mirror. I mean, I said, before you do that, let me take a real live video of how it helps. I mean, it was just so beautiful. It was, and when you feel that energy, you did a good job, because you created something that needs that kind of attention. And all we did was just use the power of water. So check out our website. We're going to be putting up that beautiful testimonial soon. And, life is really about, whether it's real like this, and it's evolving and giving its strength and life to you, or whether it's synthetic that, I didn't do it during the full moon when I'm cleansing. It's breaking, and I just kind of left it as is, and just show how life is. What's fake will always one day come out. The truth will come out. And so that's how we will be the last person to know the judge of life and how it lives within. I mean, this is like, gosh, hundreds. I mean, it's like still living. I can see the water drops in here. And so crystals is another great things that, you know, gives you energy, gives you clarity. And it means like when you have something, you find something that's for you, it's you. It's really you. And we don't use it as much. And sometimes when I say, oh, it's a full moon, we got to take it out for cleansing. But it's taking up all of this space. So we might as well use it to bring us this peace, this harmony, this strength, this balance, and most of all, this love. So thank you so much for all your love and aloha. And most of all, really, I wish you a very positive, because this super new moon, there is a dark past, a dark, heavy energy that's passing through. So anchor down, hold on to your crystal, bring it like this one, bring it to your heart, let it feel, let it pound, let it give it gravity, let it like bring it serenity, and let it bring to you. Spring is here, give you that love and that rose quartz of happiness. So we'll see you soon. Have a happy Sunday. And don't forget, it's daylight savings time. You see how things are just kind of aligned on the 10. And it's also aligned to my dog Jordan's birthday, which he would have been 25 years old, my dog. And because of him, I am where I am today, Coco. And Coco, my God, you know, she would have been 23 years old, I think, yeah. So, anyways, take care. Love you guys. Love and light. And enjoy the new moon. The super new moon. Bring that energy and take power. Aloha.